This is the thing about dressing good that pisses me off, man. So many guys don't dress good these days. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's so easy to improve the way you look. Get a nice crisp shirt, a nice fitting blazer. Smell good, man. You'll put yourself ahead of most of these cunts who look the same. All of them. They're all average. They smell like shit. They look like shit. Invest in yourself, man. It doesn't take a lot, man. Don't give me that, oh, but you need money. Fucking shut up, man. You don't need money. Oh, you don't need a lot, at least. Don't be a cheap bastard. Invest in yourself. Don't buy a fucking $4,000 gaming PC and then you look like a piece of shit. Come on, man. Priorities. Invest in yourself. Dressing well always pays. Always. I can't tell you how many people I've met who have complimented me on the way that I dress. And that's opened doors for me. I smell great all the time. I look great all the time. I don't say, well, let me go out to the shopping centre and wear a hoodie. Come on, man. You never know who you're going to meet in the process. Put on a nice blazer, a nice suit, smell good. And if your suit isn't comfortable, which is what I hear all the time, then spend a bit more money and get a better suit or tailor it. Come on, don't give me this fucking bullshit excuse, man. I see so many guys, they're spending money on dumb shit. Some Supreme merchandise or something. Now, what the fuck are you doing, man? Don't spend $2,000 on a fucking stupid puffer jacket. Get a nice classic suit. Get some nice double monk strap shoes that just make you look beautiful. Smell good, which is massively underrated. The way you smell is a game changer. I can't tell you how many people just are in awe of you when you smell good. They remember you as well. They'll be like, oh man, the first time I met you, man, you smell great, man. I don't know what you were wearing. Come on, man. Don't be a cheap cunt. It's 2022. What the fuck are you playing at? Come on, man. Austin knows it. He's one of the slickest guys I've ever met. Or at least virtually met. We need to see each other in real life at some point. But, little details, man. I've got my name monogrammed on my shirt. You know what I'm saying? People don't see that very often. They're like, who is this motherfucker that's so confident he's putting his initials on his shirt? Who does that these days? Come on, man. I just had to say it, man, because it pisses me off when I see some motherfuckers out there that look like shit. And then they're baffled why they don't get women. You know what I'm saying, man? You got to invest in yourself. It always pays. Always. And you feel good, most importantly. You feel good, and that's what's most important. And there's a saying that I heard a few years ago that said, when you feel good, you do good. When you feel good, you do good. You just do good. Wearing mine on my chest right now. Come on, man. You know how it is. So you pronounce my name, Ali is the first name. Ben-Hariz is the last name. I got decent muscle. I think it's the words. It's the words, though. What do you mean by that? No, this is just a pearl necklace, man. How do I tag you on here? I'm going to pin your comment. Austin knows, guys. Austin is one of the sharpest dudes you'll ever meet. I've just pinned him right now on this live. Guys, check out his page, man. If you want to level up the way you look, man, go onto his page and take inspiration from his videos. Because he's a sharp motherfucker, man. Sharp as hell. Ah, there we go. Let me get... How do I get you on here? I've just accepted you. Have I? There we go. There he is. How you doing,
up,
brother?
buddy?
I'm great,
man.
How are you?
Great. Just finished up some lunch and saw that you went live, so just hit accept and saw that you were going live, so I checked that out, and you were speaking to the choir. I mean, my co-host and I, we do our podcast, and like we were saying exactly what you were saying too.
Yep.
Guys don't have to necessarily wear a suit to be well dressed. Like, people can see the thought into it, but every guy looks great in a suit. So I mean, the things you were saying, man, like, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you're one of the best guys that I've come across when it comes to the way you present yourself, the way you take care of the little details as well. This is something that you guys need to pay attention to. Yeah, the little monograms, the color combinations, little things like that. There you go. There's the little monogram right on the shirt.
Say it with your chest and wear it on your chest.
Absolutely. And we need to, we need to teach men to, dress up like men again. I look at the state of men today. I made a video on this on my channel the other day. You look around most shopping centers, or, whenever you're out filling up your car or something, you look around and you see the guys and what they're wearing. And it's like, what? They've given up, most of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I, like, one thing that I tell my clients, or anyone who, just wants to have a conversation, is clothing is a tool of communication. So why not have it say good things about who you are before words even leave your mouth when you walk into a room? I mean, whether that you've got more of a casual expression, whether you're a more dressy expression, whatever that may be, use clothing to your advantage, because people are paying attention. Like, if we lived in a perfect world, no one would judge anybody visually, but we do. So why don't you play that game, but like throw that around to where people respect you? Now, you need to hold yourself as a gentleman, of course. You need to hold yourself with character, but you don't, you really don't need, it's not about wearing the brands. And that's why when I put my monogram on, I don't put it on my left cuff. I used to, and I'm like, sorry, I was getting a spam call. I wear it on my chest because that's typically where a brand puts their logo. Well, I don't want to wear another logo. I want to represent myself. And so that's why I always put mine on either left waist or left chest, but it's with my initials, because I represent my brand. And everyone's got their individual brand, their individual lifestyle, and you need your clothes to speak well about it. So I think with guys like us, really what we are is we're linguists. We're teachers of a language that most men don't understand. Because from a young age, for women, I mean, there's makeup, there's dresses, there's all this other stuff, and it's encouraged. For men, it's, don't be naked. I see so many times, like, guys go out to dinner with their woman. She's beautiful, whether she's got makeup or not. Her hair's done. She's got this dress and everything. And he's dressed in his work clothes, basically, just a starched version of it. And he's still wearing a ball cap. And you're going, okay, do you not see how she's choosing to express herself and match that energy? If you don't dress for anyone else, don't dress for anyone else. Dress up for her. Just you put in that effort. Because if you're not putting effort in the little things, the big things don't matter to you. That's why you dress well for an interview. I mean, it's the simple things, but you're signaling, hey, listen, the small things like putting a pocket square in, making sure that, everything fits well, it's dry cleaned, it doesn't stink, whatever that is, it's the small details that matter.
No, absolutely, man. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, first of all, it's a form of self-respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way that you look, and it introduces you, as you said, before you speak. I judge people on the way that they take care of themselves physically. Of course, we can get into physical appearance in terms of health and how someone takes care of their health, but also your clothes, the shoes, the shirt, fragrance, as I mentioned, your fragrance is something that it's interesting because they've done studies on this. Fragrances bring memories back to you. You associate a certain experience with a certain fragrance. Maybe your grandfather used to drive a Jaguar and he had a unique fragrance that reminds you of, whenever you sort of smell it. And even women, I mean, women will mention, hey, when I first met you, you were wearing this amazing fragrance. They remember, they pay attention to those things. And guys just don't care about that anymore. And it's sad because, well, you have to take care of you for you. Because like I said, it feels good. When you smell good and you walk outside the house and the breeze hits you and you can smell your fragrance and you look amazing, you're wearing some nice shades. I mean, people will compliment you. I get a lot of compliments from older couples as well. I'm sure you do as well. That are like, you look amazing. A lot of men aren't dressing like you anymore. Feels great.
There was a couple of years ago, I was walking in a mall. This is 2019. I remember it was 2019. It was like in August. And I was dressed up. And, well, dressed up for me, it was normal. For other people, it was abnormal.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, you look very nice. And, I said, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And they said, what's the occasion? And I look at my watch and I go, what day is it? Tuesday? It's a Tuesday. That's the occasion. I mean,
that's the occasion.
There you go. the occasion is you woke up and you're breathing. Life in and of
Mm-hmm.
itself is a celebration.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
whenever, I mean, you and I, like, there are days that when we feel down, we feel bad, you know, and we're not, you know, at our best, but clothes help pull that out. It doesn't change
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to change the exterior things going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But what it is going to do is change your mindset before you even leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
I've got I posted on one of my reels. It's a medium to light gray 3-piece pinstripe suit.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted a badass suit. And I made this specifically for the days that I don't feel confident. And
Mm-hmm.
in the back of my head, I'm designing this and I'm going, you know what? Pardon my language here, but you can't be a bitch in a pinstripe suit. I mean, it
Ooh,
says
that's a
something
good
about
thing. That's
yourself.
smooth. That is.
You,
That's
you
smooth.
really can't. And so when that happened, I went, you know what? I need this to just go, man, I need that thing to really shake the crud off of me and just
Mm-hmm.
to, you know, throw my shoulders back, chest out, not in a, you know, oh, I'm alpha, I'm better than you. That's not about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's, listen, I'm okay with who I am. If you don't like that and you don't vibe with it, that's fine. We're probably better off not interacting with each other. But
Mm-hmm.
I am grounded and I am comfortable and confident in myself and who I've been made to be. And I've monogrammed little like notes and phrases on the inside of my jackets that, you know, represent the type of man that I am.
Yep.
And that just goes back to clothes are a tool of communication. So,
Oh,
you know, that's
absolutely.
why I'm so passionate about this, because, you know, you don't need to be suited and booted all the time. Everyone's going to look great in a suit. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be true. But it's the
Absolutely.
little details of, hey, listen, if you're a jeans and t-shirt guy, get a well-fitting pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Make sure that they look good. Make sure that it reflects who you are. But also,
Yep.
if that's not your attitude, then why are you a jeans and t-shirt guy? Are you doing it just because it's functional? Because
Yep.
guys think that there's function, but there can't be form. There can be function and form put together.
Mm-hmm. Facts. 100%. 100%. You know, there's a few things, of course, to pay attention to, which we're both aware of, such as the fabric and, like you said, the
Yep.
function and how it fits on your body as well. Which is, I mean, sometimes the fit of a certain outfit can make it look completely better. I mean,
Yep.
it could take an outfit from $100 to $1,000, just the way it fits around your body. So definitely tailoring your clothes will make you look even better.
Yeah.
But absolutely, man. I mean, whatever it is that you want to wear, own it. Put your own twist to it. You know, recently I've been into these gloves that I've been purchasing. I've got this pair in wine red. They are
Oh, that's a
driving
gorgeous
gloves.
color.
And yeah, they're driving gloves. But now, when I drive, instead of looking like an ordinary motherfucker whilst I'm driving, I now look like I'm about to assassinate someone, which is always a nice thing to to look like, right? But no, I mean, I love these, and you know, it's a little accessory, but I think it adds quite a lot. When you're driving, you look, I don't know, I just think it looks so badass, honestly. And I
Yeah.
would just recommend, you know, to all the guys, don't be afraid to, you know, turn it up a notch, do something you've never
Yeah.
done before. You know, the little accessories, they really do make a difference. I mean, I know you're into your cigars, and I'm pretty sure you've got some nice accessories for your cigars as well, such as your lighter. I don't know if you have your initials on there or not. But it's little things that make a big difference.
So I'll actually show you. I don't have the cartridge for it yet, but this is the casing. But this is actually my grandfather's from the Navy, and it says
Oh wow,
1949. So
1949.
yep, and it's a Zippo lighter. I mean, this thing is absolutely killer, and just that sound.
That sound, yeah, the
I mean, it just sounds
masculinity
so much good.
coming out of that.
Exactly. And so my dad was actually going through some old stuff with my grandfather, because my grandfather died when my dad was 8 years old. So I never got to meet him. But he had this lighter and my brother just grabs it. And I'm going, dude, what are you doing? That's mine. I'm gonna get that. And he goes, no, no, no. I grabbed it first. I said, you don't even smoke cigars. You don't smoke anything. You're not gonna use that. I'm going to use that. He goes, well, I really want it. And so keep in mind, these things, like even that one's vintage, like you may get 80 to $100 out of it. So I just go $50. And he goes, no. I go $100. And my dad goes, what are you doing? I'm like, shut up, Dad. I'm gonna get this. Like
Yeah.
$150 right now. I'll Venmo it to you right now. And he goes, are you serious? And my dad's like, are you serious? I said, you have no idea how bad I want that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, okay. So I Venmoed him $150. Stupid. It was stupid because I wanted it that bad. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
never going to sell it. Like, that's something that means something to me. And, you know, I don't want to have like a regular, like, you know, a click Bic lighter that's the little gun thing. I wanted it to really like look good, because there can be the form and the function. The form is it just looks good. The function is that it lights your cigars, it toasts them properly and things like that. So,
and every time you light that cigar, I mean, there's a story right there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know?
There's a guy who specializes in lighters. Like, he sells lighters, and I went to a cigar lounge that my buddy works at, and he goes, yeah, I pulled out the lighter, and he goes, that thing is amazing. I said, if you can get the original cartridge to work, I would be so happy. And he's like doing it for free. I'm like, I'll buy you a cigar. He's like, okay. But it's the fact that it's something that my grandfather used. I never met him, but I have his blood. Like, I kind of carry his name. So that's why, going back to the monogram, it's so important for me, because my name really means a lot to me, you know, and it's something that I want to represent myself well, hold myself to a high standard, not to, you know, have people look at me or anything like that. I mean, my Instagram's been blowing up.
You're killing it, man. You're crushing it.
In the summer, I had 2,500 followers, and I have 8,300 followers now.
Yeah.
I'm almost at 10K, which is crazy.
You're smashing
but
it.
I appreciate that. But what it's teaching me right now is you can't be defined by a number. You know, we all gain weight and lose weight, so you don't need to be like, oh, if you're not a 40 regular, then, you know, you're a fat piece of lard. Like, no, that's not what it's about. Everyone's body is built a little bit differently. Okay, you got to find what works best for you. If you're beeping when you back up, that probably means you probably need to lose a little bit of weight, but like, just be healthy. But you don't need to be defined by a number, especially when it comes to your Instagram followers, because they're worried about their life. You're not the main character in their life. Are you holding yourself to a high standard? You're representing your family better. You and I are men of, you know, different faiths, but those are the faiths that, like, we represent. So we want to make sure that we are honoring to that. And, you know, we hold ourselves to a higher standard. That's what I've always respected about you. You know, we looked at like doing business together at one point, and it didn't really work out. But like, as friends and guys who have the mindset of, listen, we're going to, like, you're someone who holds yourself to a higher standard. Those are the kind of guys I want to hang around.
Absolutely, man. No, I appreciate that. And, you know, I think it's very important to have core values and to stick to them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, we live in a society today where everyone blends in. People are afraid of having a point of view. People are afraid of essentially being cancelled for expressing the way that they think. And I think, you know, in this day and age, if you say what you mean and you mean what you say, it's refreshing. And people are like, you know, I like this motherfucker. He's not afraid to say what's on his mind. You know, he stands proud for who he is. He's not ashamed of anything. And I think that's very important, because unfortunately, a lot of guys these days, they're embarrassed. They cower away. They don't respect who they see in the mirror. And this is what I would say to all of the guys watching. You know, be proud of who you are. You know, you're someone who is never going to be repeated again for as long as the universe exists. You're a very unique creature, you know, and there'll never be another you. That's how I see it. I mean, yes, there's other human beings, but my specific combination of genetic material will never exist again. And so I need to make sure that I'm proud of who I am, and I leave a mark, a little dent in the universe, as they say.
Yeah. You know, again, going back to clothes, it's about clothes, but it's not. I would rather people remember the man and not the clothes. And I mean, of course, I mean, my suits, I know my suits, my clothes, like, it's great quality, it's sourced well, it's made well, and that's kind of an attractor. But if you think about it, when someone looks at a flower and they see the colors, they see the shape, and they're like, oh, well, they're drawn to that, and then they smell the fragrance of that. You would not know about the fragrance if you had not been attracted to the color. So it's really about the substance of it. And so, you know, that's why, even when I wake up and I dress myself as a gentleman, you know, I ask myself, am I holding myself to the standard of a gentleman, of a true man, not a guy? I think there's 3 different levels of masculinity. There's a boy, there's a man, there's a boy, there's a guy, there's a man. And all of them are not dictated by age. They're not dictated by age, because we know that there are grown 40-year-old boys, and there are 18-year-old men who are holding themselves to a higher standard. Some had to grow up quicker. Some never really had to grow up. And I when I thought about those different terms, I went, you know what? There's a time where I have to draw the line in the sand. I'm going, I don't want to be a guy. I don't want to be a guy. I don't want to be a boy for sure. Like I'm 27. There's no way I'm a boy. A guy is one of those people in my mind who's like, oh, he's a good guy. Like he's fine. He doesn't really rock the boat or anything like that. But he's a good guy. A man is someone who holds himself to a higher standard, who admits when he's wrong, assumes responsibility, who focuses to be better than he was yesterday. He focuses to be better today than he was yesterday for a better tomorrow. And he's constantly pushing himself more and more. And when I started thinking about those, I went, you know what? I don't want to be a guy. I want to hold myself, as a man. And there's a lot of weight. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with it. And not everyone's going to accept it. And it's unfortunately in our society, in our culture, we're not encouraged to truly be men because we have this false identity of what a man is. But a man is someone who holds himself to a higher standard, who loves people genuinely. But even if you can't connect with someone, you go, okay, let's move on. I'm not going to attack you. Please don't attack me. But if you do, it doesn't matter because you're not invested in my life. When was the last time I saw your card payment on my bills? So why do I need to really be concerned about what you think about me if you're not paying my bills? Don't pay my bills. I don't pay you attention.
Facts. No, absolutely. I agree with you, man. I absolutely agree with you. I mean, a man is someone who embraces who he is, doesn't cower away from the burden of performance. There is a innate pressure with being a man, and that's the pressure of assuming responsibility, being accountable. And like you said, I love the analogy that you just shared there about being a man. It's different to being a boy or a guy. You know what I mean? Being a man is someone who steps up when things get tough. Doesn't shy away from adversity, takes responsibility, admits when he's wrong, puts his hand up and says, you know what, I don't know everything. Very coachable. And constantly improving. There's the Japanese word, I think it's Japanese, kaizen, right? Kaizen means constant improvement. And that's the state that we should all be in as a man, constant improvement. You never arrive. And I always talk about this. You never really arrive at a level and then stop. There's always
rise, never plateau. Those are words I try to live by.
Exactly. And, and this doesn't just have to be financially. This could be spiritually, improving your faith, improving your romantic relationships as well. Because, I said this in one of my recent videos, don't just be, good in one area, be good in all areas. Fill all the buckets up with water, not just one. Don't be a guy who makes a lot of money, but his wife hates him, his kids hate him. Be a guy who has a lot of money, but you have an incredible relationship with your wife. You're able to give her the time that she needs to sustain a great relationship. Your kids don't see you as a deadbeat father. And at the same time, you take care of the way that you look physically. So all of it matters. Everything matters, and yes, it's hard. It's not supposed to be easy, but hey, that's the life of a man. It's never easy, but it's very rewarding when you step into the pressure and you embrace it. Because, without adversity, right, victory doesn't have the same sweetness.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this yesterday. There's times that it rains on the just and the unjust, and you're not going to wake up and everything's going to be hunky-dory, but you're also not going to wake up and everything's going to be just crap. It's not always going to be that way. Just because it's a bad day, because it's a bad week, because it's a bad month, a bad season, doesn't mean it's a bad life. I mean, I like the past 6 months, I'd been wrestling with depression, anxiety, couldn't figure out what it was. And I'm finally getting some clarity on it and dealing with it. And, I had to tell myself through everything, you know what? Could be just a chemical imbalance. Could be just a situation that I need to deal better and change my attitude. Or I don't know. But it doesn't mean it's a bad life because I'm alive. And there's a lot of people who are not alive anymore. I live in America and I have a lot of great opportunities that a lot of people don't. And I'm very grateful for that. I don't take advantage of that. I don't look down on others who don't have that. I wake up every day and I'm very grateful for what I have because I could die tomorrow. I'd rather not, but I wake up and that means I was given another day and I'm super grateful for it. And so, that's why we take every single day grateful. And that's when it goes back to it's not about just dressing well. It's dressing and having fun and be excited about life and, have some fun. If someone looks in and I don't know what you're wearing, like, okay, well, you don't have to wear my clothes. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. I may dress like an old grandfather, but grandfathers in the 30s had some swag. Just saying.
Oh,
Just
they
got to
did.
put that
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
they did. Yeah. And we're bringing that swag back to life in 2022.
Always.
You
Yeah,
know,
man.
but no, that's a great point, brother. You know,
Yep.
it's important to put things into perspective. Of course, as men, we deal with quite a lot of pressure, and sometimes it can get the most of
Mm-hmm.
us. But you know, like you said, you know, taking a step back, you know, being grateful for being alive. It doesn't negate anything. It doesn't reduce
Mm-hmm.
anything. Um, but of course, when you put things into perspective,
Yeah,
you feel a lot more grateful for the way things are in life.
absolutely.
But yeah, guys, I got to head off. Good speaking to you. I'm going to upload this on YouTube, actually, this conversation.
Oh,
I
awesome.
think it's very good. So I'm going to definitely share it on Facebook and not Facebook, YouTube, and maybe Facebook as well. And I'll definitely tag you in it as well, brother. But it's great
Well, I
catching up, man.
appreciate that big time. I was about to like dip out so you could continue to drop some nuggets. So appreciate you bringing me on, man. Continue to kill it, and we'll be in touch.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Take care,
Absolutely.
man. Take care.